So if you're thinking about doing this in the car, or if you're sort of in a place where you haven't got any time, make some time for this, because you're going to need a little bit of focus of attention, and it's not just a sort of sit and watch. So I want to do an actual practical exercise, because one of the things we don't seem to understand, or what I certainly hear a lot, is, now come on Richard, I'm in control of my own brain. You know, you talk about all these things of, you know, the I am me's, and, you know, the external influences and the winner-loser world, and no, it's not. I just have to believe, I just have to be fantastic and remind myself how fantastic I am, and then I'll be fantastic. And there's some truth in that, but there's also a lot of things which are really not true. Your mind and brain are enormously influenceable, both from the inside out and from the outside in. So I want to do a little exercise to see if I can example this. Now, if you've got a moment here, we need about 2 or 3 minutes, and I want you to be able to close your eyes and just listen to my voice for a short period of time, because, I mean, closing the eyes just blocks out all the other stimulation, because I'm going to give you a stimulation. I'm going to give you a sound cue, and I want you to notice how you react to it. So let's just start by giving ourselves a neutral state. So just a bit of an inward breath, and notice that breath. Yes, and you might do it through your nostrils or through your mouth as you like. Another one. Okay. And now as you feel yourself, just notice yourself in the chair. Just notice you're aware if you're standing. Just notice the feet on the ground or your seat in the chair. There we go. A little bit of focused attention. And I want you to focus on this stimulus. And I just want you to notice what happens in your body, in your thoughts, and in the general feelings about the world around you. Okay, you ready? Here it comes. No. 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 Okay, that's enough of that little breath. Now, how did you feel? What did you feel? What did you think? What are some of the things that you noticed about yourself? As you run through some of these, and sure, please write them in the comment board down below, so afterwards, so people can share some of their experiences. And I know over the years I've done this, there's lots of things. People feel a pressure on themselves, maybe in the chest area. Sometimes they feel a pressure on their heads. Very often they feel their shoulders or a tensing going on. But their breathing might be more uncomfortable. Sometimes they think of people they don't like. Some people think of the opposite. They think of, don't tell me that. Or some people turn the word no into K-N-O-W. So they try and put a positive spin on the stimulus. How interesting. I wonder what the message is in those responses. And I wonder what we can create from that. Yes. Anyway, let's go on to the second stimulus. I don't want to leave you with all those. You can think about those things later. But let's go to the second stimulus. So again, closing the eyes. Let's just do an inward breath. Notice that breath. Yes. Feel those lungs closing and opening and closing, the ribs lifting and falling. Now here's the second stimulus. Yes. 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 Okay. That's enough. Bring yourself back. Now, what happened then? Was it the same as for no? Was it different? How did you feel? Again, remember to share your thoughts and comments below in the board so that people can get a sense of the broader experience and share and create the connections. But mostly when I talk about this, people feel much more open. They feel things lifting. They feel lighter. They feel they're more positive. They remember things that are really nice. They think of nice people. Now, isn't that fascinating? That in the space of a couple of minutes, by using two certainly pretty iconic words, I was able to completely change your thinking, your biology, your movement of around your heartbeat, your breathing, probably your immune system, both in different directions. One in a direction that was unpleasant, that you didn't like, and the other one with the yes in a direction that you did like, that was pleasant. That is how influenceable we are by our environment. That's because we're supposed to be influenced and affected by our environment. We're supposed to respond to it. But what we do is, because the world of all the pressures and the win-or-loser world, if, you know, it's in the book, and I'll put a link around for people to access the book if they would like, is that we have stopped noticing things and then using them as a message in order for us to take actions. So if we find ourselves going down these uncomfortable paths, instead of going, oh my gosh, I'm going down these uncomfortable paths, yes, I need to take an action that's going to create a better me out of here, we go, oh my God, I'm getting all these terrible things, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm a loser, this is awful, Or we go the other way, where we get these positive things. We say, oh, well, so I should, that's my right, blah, 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 rather than going, wonderful, what am I doing here that is good? I must keep doing this, or I must share this with others. So yeses and nos are all around us. They're in our environment. They're in our air. They're in anything that makes us feel down and lesser, and those things that help us feel up more and more lifted. And they're in our decorations, they're in the shape of in our offices, they're in our schools, they're in our homes. They're all over the place. It's what I use in my harmony scale, which we'll do another brain blast later about. But the final Y in the harmony scale is the yes-nos in your environment. What are they? What turn you off, like the no, and what turn you on, like the yes? And how about we either change those things that turn you off or reframe them into yeses and build on those things that say yes and lift us up, because the brain and the body is telling you what you need to know. All we have to do is listen.